Om. Om. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Gungurubhyo Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Gananam Tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe. Kabim Kabinam Upamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinmannodibhih Sirasadanam. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Yasyatmabhudasya Guraprasadat Aham Vimuktosmi Samsara Bandhat Sarvopadeshtu Shivanandamurtehe Mridvagrijukmam Pranadasmi Nityam Dayasindhum Dinabandhum Shastrakta Bodhana Patum Maskarindra Varam Navami Sri Chidananda Sadgurum. Om Praninam Dukkha Hartaru Jnanadu Bhuvana Muktaye Shivananda Chidanandu Ashraye Guru Sattvamu. Om Shantatmanam Pranadasulabham Siddha Vidya Prabhavam Bhaswadrupam Sugunanilayam Dvastakarmadhivargam Prajnavritam Najasamadrisham Taradam Tyagibhadyam Sakshati Isham Mamagurvaram Shivanandam Natosmi. Shivanandam Natosmi. Om. So, Mr. Swamiji, is it okay? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, Swamiji, you are audible.
Okay. And so, first of all, I thank you for inviting me to this satsang, and I'm very happy to be here this evening and to share my thoughts on the universal prayer of Gurudev Swami Sivanandaji Maharaj. So first, let us consider what is a prayer. You all know that you all pray actually. Everyone is doing some prayer. Why do we pray? When we were small children, at the age of 2 or 3, or even at the age of 5, when the mother or father take you to a temple or to some Swamijis, as a child, we were not interested in prayer and other things. We don't want to attend to that Swamiji, or we don't want to see God there. We are not interested in Aarti and anything. We are interested in the elephant standing outside and crank the bell. Normally the children are interested in other things. Then the mother will keep on telling, hey, Jai Karo, Jai Karo. So many times I have seen this, mothers telling these children, Jai Karo. And then 2-3 times then she will make her bow down. So none of us know what is prayer when we were children. Later on we started praying. What made you to pray? Have you any time thought about it? Why we are praying? Why we have to do prayer? So when we were small children, we had no problems. No problems are there. Why should we pray? So as we grow up, then slowly problem comes. The exams comes. So we want to have good marks. So then at that time go into Ganapati temple or somewhere. Then I will break coconut. Give me good marks. So, when something is unknown to us, when we want something, and if it is not possible for us to achieve that with our own means, resources, then naturally we expect some some powerful entity, somebody, maybe God, to do it for us. So prayer is actually we do to an unknown power to help us. There is no scientific proof, or we can intellectually understand the existence of God, the Almighty, who can help us to solve our problems, which we cannot do it ourselves. So, we depend on God and we communicate with God through a medium, prayer, so that we get some help from Him. So it goes by faith only. And 99.9% of the people will have this faith or this dependence on an unknown power to help them out in problem. Even the atheist, worst atheist, at some point of time will desire that something should help him, and his mind will be craving for that. So nobody can say that I'm an atheist. Even those who claim to be atheists, they also have some faith somewhere in the deep recesses actually. So prayer is actually as emotional need for us. I would like to share with you one thing actually. You might have heard there was a great philosopher called Immanuel Kant, a German philosopher Immanuel Kant. And he had a butler by name Lamb. And this Immanuel Kant, one day, they were very friendly also. The butler and Immanuel Kant were very friendly, and he used to cook for him and help him also. So one day Kant told this butler, today I have blasted all the theories which go to show that God exists. I have proved God is not existing. All their theories I have broken, he said. Then butler asked Kant, Master, have you really proved? Yes, I have proved. Then he asked again, do you mean to say that God is not there? Yes, not there, he said. Then Lamb started weeping. Tears rolled down on his cheeks. And then he said, Master, then what is the use of this life? Then Kant later on said, Kant fixes God in the faith of man. In the faith of man. If God is not there, if prayer is not there, most of us would have become mad actually. Because God is there, we have problems. Everyone has got problems. Problems in life. No one can say, I am totally happy. Even sadhus like us, we have got problems. So what about you people? So, problems are there for everyone. And for many of the problems, we may not have solutions. And if you are not strong enough to withstand those problems, to manage it until it gets out, it gets washed away, it becomes weak, then we will collapse actually. So only in such moments people do wrong things, they commit suicide, they jump, they do wrong things, they commit some other crimes. So, somehow, whenever there is a problem in life, and if you are not able to manage that, if you find it very difficult to manage, there is an inbuilt system to protect us. So, somehow we believe that some force will be there to help us. Something will help us. Our mind will be praying to somebody, will be communicating with something. Whether it exists or not, that's a different question. And help me out like that. And then some faith also, some belief, it will become all right. So when you are afraid of the problem and you are becoming, when the problem is disturbing you and you get very much disturbed, there is also the other side. There is a positive thing is there. When there is the negative force is working, parallelly there is a positive force. The prayer creates a positive force so that the effect of the negative force is reduced. So you are able to bear those problems in life. And then after some time, no problem will remain eternally. Even there are eternal problems that also we manage with those problems. Somebody leg broken. First few days they will cry and afterwards they will manage. They will put some artificial limb, something like that, and then they will manage with it. So prayer is a common thing and it is a psychological requirement for human beings to survive, to manage the stresses in life, to be relatively calm here. So we, irrespective of the religion they belong to or where they are, the countries, people have some method of prayer. They pray. They pray to God, God bless me. So, and that God is a very powerful and mighty person. So we can do anything. So that faith is also there. So whether it is true or not, that question does not arise, but it has got an effect. Whether God exists or not is not important, but that God is actually helping me to come out of the problem. Somehow I come out of the problem. I was able to manage. So that is there. Even in this, they pray, continuously pray in the Bible also this is there. And there are Psalms. Psalm of David. God is my shepherd, I shall not want. So there are prayers in all the religions, in all places. Even the tribals used to pray. So they pray to God, the God of their concept. Different concepts will be there. Accordingly, people pray. So prayer is a common requirement. So Gurudev Swami Sivananda knows very well this. Everyone needs prayer. So he has written a lot of prayers. So he thought that I will write one prayer which is universal, which is acceptable to all people. So a universal prayer is universal. It is applicable to all people. There won't be any contradiction to their concepts. All the particularities of different people. You have got a particular way of worshipping. You have got a particular concept of God. Another person has got another. So different people have got different concept of gods and different methodology of prayer. Whatever it be, my prayer should include to everyone. Nobody should feel that he's outside this. So he made a universal prayer. So it is universal in its application. That is one. And also the prayer is also universal. It is not a particular prayer. It is not applicable to a particular one. It is applicable to all people. It is applicable to all people, to all concepts also. So that is how the universal prayer Gurudev has composed. And I will first read this and then some of the points we will try to look into. I have not thought about it, just whatever comes in my mind I am sharing with you. O adorable Lord of mercy and love, Salutations and prostrations unto thee, thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. Thou art Satchidananda, existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, greed, hatred, anger, and jealousy. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember Thee. Let us ever sing Thy glories. Let Thy name be ever on our lips. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. So in this, the first 5 lines, starting from the adorable Lord of mercy and love to Thou art the indweller of all beings. This is actually a description of God, description of that power, the Almighty, to whom this prayer is addressed to. That supreme power, that ultimate reality, that Almighty, to whom we are addressing, whom we are approaching for solutions. That is the first 5 lines description. Then the second 7 lines. Grant us an understanding heart to fill our hearts with divine virtues. That is a prayer actually, our prayer of what we want actually. What we want. Please do this. Please help me to achieve this. And the last 6 lines, total 19 lines, last 6 lines is what benefits we will get, what benefits we should get. We will get and we should get ultimately. That speaks about the last 6. So, according to time availability, I will see. I may not complete also. Because whatever thought comes in my mind, I say, I look at you and then speak. So now, first we are going to pray that person whom we depend upon to help us. All the prayer is to help us only. If we don't have any wants, we won't pray to anybody because we have got some wants and we are not able to achieve it. So we want somebody to help us. So that person must be a very mighty person, almighty. So he is adorable and Lord. He is adorable and Lord because you adore him so that he will help you. And so we have certain requests for him. We have certain applications. Please grant me this, grant me this. So he should have love for us. The God whom you approach should love you. Otherwise, he will not grant you this. Whatever you are asking may be genuine, may be not genuine also. Many times what we ask may not be genuine. So, he should be compassionate. He should consider that request from our angle, not from his angle. Many times we want favor. We never think whether we deserve that. You want to achieve certain things. Sometimes it may be not even legal. You may not be eligible, but we want it actually. So that person should have consideration for us. And he should care us. He should love us. So our God is full of compassion, mercy. O adorable Lord of mercy. I know that I am wrong, but I am your child, please excuse me. In our scriptures you will find aparada aharnisham kriyate maya. Every day I am doing thousands of wrong things, but you are very kind. Why don't you look at me, and compassionately look at me, and forgive my errors, forgive my shortcomings. So we want our God to be partial with us. We don't want to be impartial God, we don't want actually. He should be full of mercy. When mercy is there, you don't look into the eligibility criteria nor whether it is right or wrong. The poor fellow, you give him. Normally when you have a compassion for a person, you don't judge whether you are right or wrong. If God is judgmental, it is of no use to us. You have done all these things, these are the papas you have done, so I will punish you. That God we don't want actually. And our God is not like that. God is always compassionate. If whatever wrong you have done, then you go to Him, that I have done wrong things, kindly excuse me, then all right, He will protect you. Why that concept? Otherwise, it is a problem for us. If He is like a judge, Supreme Court judge, and decides, you have done this. So according to the law, according to the law, this class, you are punishable this. To say that we don't want a God actually. We want a God who is compassionate. Whether we have done wrong thing or right thing, somehow this fellow has done, so you excuse. That is the reason why we consider God as our mother. Tvameva mata ja pita tvameva. Tvameva bandhu cha sakha tvameva. Mata why they mata they say. Mother means whatever the children does, whether the son or daughter, even if they do wrong things, they have done it because of some reason, you find some justification to say that under these circumstances they have done. So it is basically they are good people, they have done like that. So we want a God who is full of mercy, and that mercy comes out of love. So the prayer is addressed to the Almighty Lord, adorable Lord. Lord means the overlord of everything. And He is full of mercy and compassion and love. Then actually salutations and prostrations. I bow down to you, and we make Him happy. As you have said about me, introduced me like that, we introduce God. We say He is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, and He is Satchidananda. All these things are, we just glorify our Lord. So the Stuti, Stotra, Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra, and all these Stotras are what? We glorify Him. Just so that He will grant us whatever we want. Irrespective of whether we deserve it or not, irrespective of whether He is eligible or not. It is there. It is permissible in the relationship between God and the devotee. It is permissible in the relationship between the mother and the child. Whatever the mistake the child does, the mother will condone that, because she cannot totally forget that, forsake that. So naturally she has to forgive. So likewise God is also very considerate, very compassionate, and then okay He will. And then finally He says, not only you are Almighty, full of mercy and full of love and the all-pervading, omniscient, omnipotent, not only all these things, but also that Thou art the indweller of all beings. This is a very key sentence. Thou art the indweller of all beings. That means you are my indweller also. So you have to rescue me from this problem, because you yourself is undergoing the problem. Don't think that you are helping me, you are helping yourself. You can also make a barter with Bhagavan. Don't think that you are helping me, you are helping yourself only, because you are here. You are sitting in my mind. So you are the indweller of all beings. That is jovially told. But there is another crucial or philosophical point is there. God is the indweller of all beings. And now initially I said God should be compassionate. He should forgive all our errors. because you are merciful, full of mercy and full of love for me. I am your child. You should excuse. That's okay. The second point is, you are the indweller of all beings. God is our indweller. Your inner core, whatever be the outer personality, the inner core of everyone is the ultimate supreme reality. When we say God is omnipresent, that means there is not even a speck of space where He is not. So He is there everywhere. He is all pervading. He is there in every space. He is there in you. He is there in the criminal. He is there in the saint. He should be there in the animals. He should be there in the humans. So our inner personality is the Supreme Almighty, the Lord, Bhagavan, whom we are worshipping. Our inner core is God Himself. Maybe the outer things are different. This truth is accepted in all the religions. In the Genesis of the Bible, they say, God made man in His own image and breathed into him the life. So His breath is going on in our body also. So God is the indweller of all beings. Now, this we have forgotten. We have forgotten means we knew that when we were small children, when babies. Afterwards, we have forgotten that. Now, most of you are, it's a ladies' satsang, I think. So I will give a lady example. That you know that sometime, suppose a mother is there and she is having a small baby. And the baby, she wants the baby to do something. Suppose another child comes, so he wants to share something with the other child. Or the child is doing something which the mother doesn't want to do. So she says, hey, don't do that. First she says, please don't do that. Or he says, give to this, give to the other, give to that baby. Something like that he says. Any active, one act. Something which we expect the child to do. And he is not, he is reluctant. So suppose you don't do that, you give it to me, you ask. Or suppose you imagine that the child has picked up a glass, which when it falls down it will break and it will create problem. So give it to me means first, no, use. No, please give. Sometimes he says. And then I have heard many times they used to say the children, you are a good boy, you are a good girl, give. You are a good boy, give. Nicely she will say, you are a good boy, you good girl, good baby, give. And that fellow used to give. Is it your experience? Invariably the mother says in their own language, in English or in their own language, that you are a good boy, you are a good girl, you are a good child, give me. And then this fellow gives. Why he gives when they say good? He can't understand what is good and what is bad. Somehow some concept is there. So the way in which it is put, you are a good boy, a good girl, give me. Then yes. Oh, yes, good boy. That is also very happy and smile. So why he does that? Why the child does it? Have you any time thought about it? You are all mothers. You might have done this. You might have seen this. So a fundamental truth you are telling to the child. Goodness is Bhagavan only. Supreme goodness is Bhagavan. You are that, you say. Satya means what? Satya means Sat, existence, God. Sajjana, that Sat is God actually. So the moment you say that you are good person, you are goodness personified, then he cannot deny that. He is just, you are told the fundamental truth. The child will naturally oblige us. Because no other influence is there. No other strong desire is there. And when we grow up, some other strong desire comes, so we will not accept to this. We will not lend an ear to that statement. You will not listen to that. Whereas a child listens to that. You are a good boy. Yeah. I have noticed this a number of times. And the moment you say that you are a good boy or a good girl, please give, then it obliges. So it implies that the goodness is something innate in you. It is not something cultivated. Cultivated things are different. That is certain manners, certain behavioral patterns. Goodness is something innate in you. Even the worst criminals, at some point of time, when they begin to confess, they confess everything. They will not try to hide. Initially they will try to hide because of fear and other things. Once they begin to confess, then the police officers know very well, they know the psychology, that he is going to tell only truth and truth only. It comes from his heart. It comes from his original being. So, you are the indweller of all beings is a statement to Bhagavan that you have to help yourself, that is one. And also you are reminding yourself that he is my indweller. When he is my indweller, where is the fear? Where is the problem? All the problems I can overcome. I can overcome all the problems because I myself is a mighty person. I am not this puny individual. You identify with that creator. You are that. The ultimate Vedanta he has brought in that the word the indweller of all being means the ultimate, you are that. You are me and I am you. So that itself is the big strength. So one side, when you look at from a lower angle, it's called Gauna. Then we say that Bhagavan, you are my indweller, you please help me. And the other is, I and you are one and the same. I and my father are one. So I have immense strength. For me there is no problem. I can stand any problem. I can manage. I'll be able to handle all these things. These are nothing before me. So the first 5 lines, although it's a description of God, it also contains that message that you are that you are that. You are that. Tattvamasi. That Gurudev's the Upanishad Upadesha, Tattvamasi. You are that. The supreme reality which you are seeking is there in you. What you are seeking is already there. So realize that. Become aware of your personality. Become aware of your glory actually. You are that supreme reality. So Gurudev indirectly and directly tell us that you are that. Even in the description of God, he explains about he is omnipotent, omnipresent, everything, and then he is there. You are very much in me. You have included, you have inundated me with your presence. So that 5 lines speaks about the total philosophy. And then he says, now I feel so many problems and all these things. I have problems in life. Why all these problems? Because now he comes to this world. All our problems are our own making. There is no problem here. Whether it is economical, emotional, or physical, emotional, or intellectual, economical or otherwise, all are our own making. And none of these things can affect us. So he says, grant us an understanding heart. Let me understand things as it is. All disturbances in our personal relationship with others is because of one thing: we are not able to understand the other person. We want God to excuse us, have mercy on me, condone all my mistakes. In these circumstances I made, kindly excuse. We want to place before these facts before God. But at the same time, we are not able to accept when another person does something wrong. In such and such circumstances, in that position he has done it. Let him be excused. I will forgive him. That is not there. Why? So Gurudev says, now, grant us an understanding heart. Understand the other person. You are looking at you only. Why not you look at the other person? Why don't you be compassionate to him? Be compassionate to him. You are able to forgive your child. You will not be able to forgive the other man's child if they have made the same mistake. Our son or daughter does something, we justify. The other person's daughter or son does the mistake, means no, they are punishable, they did the wrong thing. So that equal vision is not there, So an understanding heart, equal vision and balanced mind, you give me all those things so that I will find no problem here. All problems will be solved, provided our mind is free from all this negativity. So Gurudev says, which are all the negativity we have and how to overcome that. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist the temptation. So give us that strength. The spiritual strength is required. The inner strength. Your real nature is goodness. If that goodness is there, you will be able to see things as they are and accept them as they are. You have to accept a person as he is. So that inner spiritual strength is required to resist temptations and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, greed, hatred, anger and jealousy. Fill our hearts with the divine virtues. So most of the problems are because of very strong desire, and if this desire is not fulfilled, then the desire is followed by anger. So most of the problems are desire prompted and created by anger. So free us from all these two. Kamayesha Krodesha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha, Bhagavan says in the Gita. So Genuine desires are okay. Those desires which will disturb the other person, if such desires are not entertained, most of the problems are not there. To fulfill our wants, we disturb the other person. And if that is not possible, then naturally we become angry with that person. So in the anger and desire only creates all the problems. So Gurudev says that free us. So it's a request to the Almighty to free me. And also he has said that you are the indweller of all beings. The request is made to the Supreme Reality to free you from all this negativity. The request is also made to the inner Bhagavan here. So it is a introspection. You are requesting yourself. You are requesting the God in you and the God whom you are worshipping. That outside God and inside God, both you are worshipping, praying to both of them. Be free from all these negativities. So if we have a negative aspect in our life, something negativity is there, we cannot overcome that unless we realize that it is a negative thing and it is not good for me. Then only it is possible to come out of it. So if we make a request to the prayer to Bhagavan, Bhagavan free me from all these wrong things. Indirectly you are also praying to you. I have these wrong things, kindly protect me from this, I should come out of this. When you are making a prayer there, without your knowledge you are also making a prayer to your inner personality. You are telling this to the mind that come out of this, come out of this, come out of this. It is an auto-suggestion. According to psychology, it is an auto-suggestion. So when you become aware of your negativities and then pray to God, protect us from this, protect me from this. Please make me to conquer all these negative things. Let me become positive so that my life becomes more peaceful here. The negativities will only disturb us. They will never make you happy. We have a wrong notion that by doing wrong things we can achieve something. It is not possible. Whatever wrong things we do, that will keep on disturbing us. There is a Sanskrit statement that rahasya kritam papam. Very secretly we do a wrong thing. So it is secret to all others, but it is known to us. So it will keep on disturbing us. So whatever wrong things we do, nobody will know, but it will keep on disturbing you. So when we make a prayer, please save us, save me from this, you are indirectly telling your mind that let me come out of this, come out of this, come out of this. The alcohol addicts, when they want to come out of that, then first thing before counseling, we should find out whether he wants to come out of it. If that person wants, I'm an alcoholic, I don't want this, I want to come out of it. If he says, then there is a possibility that he may come out of it. Then he will also try to he will also try to come out of it. Actually his mind will cooperate. Otherwise it won't work. So here the word the indweller of all beings also here applies here. This prayer is actually our prayer to that Almighty and our prayer to our own self. Make me good, my Lord. Make me good, my Lord, who is sitting here and making me do all these things. For the Brahmins, boys, after the Upanayana, they have this, every day they have to do certain prayer in the morning, noon and evening. They call it a Sandhya Vandana. In that Sandhya Vandana, one thing is there that they have to say one small mantra. And once in a year, they have to repeat that 1,000 times. 1,000 times they have to repeat on one day, once in a year. Otherwise, every day they have to say 3 times, morning, noon and evening. The mantra is this: Kamo akarishit, manyur akarishit. Whatever wrong things I have done, that is because my desire made me to do that. My anger made me to do it. Naham karta, kamah karta. My desire, the strong desire, made me to do that wrong thing. The anger made me to do it. In the fit of anger, I did it. So why we say that? Basically, I am a good person. This fellow, anger and desire, they come and disturb me and make me do it actually. So if you become aware of it, next time when they come, Hari Om, don't please disturb me, you be outside the gate, you can say. So the prayer is actually prayer to God, and it is a prayer to our own self. Don't indulge in all these things. It is a sadhana. It is a prayer, it is a prarthana, and it is a sadhana. So, then finally, I think this much I will, already it is, maybe 1 hour it is going to be. So, it's a prayer to Bhagavan and also a suggestion to our own mind. We are, by giving suggestion, we are getting strength to come out of all these negativities. Once these negativities are over, or as the negativities become less and less and less and less, our life become more fulfilling, more rewarding. Naturally, life will be more rewarding. You will be always happy. There won't be, all the problems in this world will be there, but you will not be affected by that problem. You will be able to float on those problems. The problems will be there. There are waves in the ocean. People who know swimming in the ocean, they will float on the waves. Those who do not know, the wave will take them in. So once we know, we can float on this wave. So that is then the other portions, Gurudev says, to achieve this, remember God all the time and chant His names. Keep remembering His name. Keep remembering Him. Keep chanting His names. As we chant Bhagavan's names continuously in our spare times, mind will not get involved in unwanted things actually. So the japa is mainly to divert the mind from the negative aspect to the positive aspect. Once the mind is no more going to this negativity, then naturally you are we are actually indwelt by God. You are an embodiment of God actually. So we are Sakshat Parameshwara Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa. So every one of us is Ananda Swarupa. We have no problem in life. Problem is life is created by the mind. All problems are mind's problem. Then we will be above the problem. Problem will not disturb us. Problems will be there, but we will be above the problem. We will be floating. As a ship is floating on the waves, we will also be floating on the waves. So that is the universal prayer. This is my sharing.